Hello and welcome to Sport Tonight. I'm Cecilia Mogbe in Lagos. All right, this is what the show looks like tonight. Austin will join me much later in the program. Maybe he's also going to be co-analyst today on the show. Okay, African Games is getting our attention tonight because more medals are coming in for Team Nigeria. Brume expectedly defending the title she won in 2019 in Morocco, winning a gold medal in long jump. And there is a new addition to long jump in Nigeria. We'll tell you more about that on the program. And, well, there's someone that couldn't defend her title that she won in Morocco. She also won a gold medal at Birmingham. You know who I'm talking about in terms of discus. She could not defend her title. Talk more about it on the program. And yes, Nigeria-Ghana friendly, that rivalry continues. I was happy that in terms of track and field athletics, Ghana were just not close to Nigeria. In the relay race or anywhere you can think of, yes, Nigeria totally dominates that one. But tomorrow, Super Eagles of Nigeria will be playing against the Black Stars of Ghana. It's an international friendly, but it's something that is more than a friendly, going by what happened in the qualifiers to the World Cup in Qatar. All right, we'll also be taking a look at NWFL. Yes, match day 13 will be match day 10. We're taking a look at all the games that took place on Wednesday night. Edo Queens beating Rivers Rangers 4-1. I believe no one expected that result to happen. Basketball is also on the menu because the Tigers, they know their opponents at the Olympics. And of course, Super Falcons of Nigeria, they also, if they beat South Africa to pick a ticket to the Olympics, they also, the teams they will be facing, we'll be talking about that on the program. Yes, boxing is also part of what we'll be talking about on the show tonight. Austin, you ready to join us on the program?
I'm super duper ready, Cecilia. Sporty greetings to you and everyone joining us on the show tonight. Action-packed world of sports. I've been following everything going on at the African Games. We're using it once again to tell a beautiful story that Nigeria is not just a footballing country.
Yes.
Look at what we have done with weightlifting, with wrestling, with arm wrestling, and now with athletics, showing Africa that we are truly a blessed country when talking about sporting talent. You also mentioned the NWFL. I told you, Cecilia, I told you that Edo Queens, they will need to make a statement that after that break, they look refreshed, come back now and see how they can gain relevance on that Group B table, and they did just that. Big win over Rivers Angels, 4-1. We'll talk about it on the show tonight. And I'll tell our viewers a beautiful story of the Itauma brothers. 3 brothers, Cecilia, and they're all into boxing. But it is the youngest. He's just 18, Moses Itauma, that is getting everyone in the United Kingdom and the world talking. He's just 18 and he's been likened to be the next Iron Mike Tyson because he looks good to become the youngest heavyweight champion of the world.
I can't wait for that. So it's a loaded package tonight, and Bolu Omoniyi is in the studio tonight to join us on the program. Bolu, it's good to have you.
Yeah, good to be again, and I'm pumped up aside for the chilly weather. The truth is, I almost bumped into you and Austin while we were talking about the games because I'm fully excited about what I'm seeing with the African Games. Yeah. There's been talk of since 65, Nigeria dominated the athletics without thinking twice, and they are proving just that. The last I checked was 11 gold medals, and I'm sure more to still come. But one of those I'm really happy for is Kemi Francis, who got silver in the heptathlon. It's not what we are used to. But at least she went there, did 6 different events, picked up a silver medal and all. I'm just excited. Are you saying
6, heptathlon 8?
Exactly. I'm just excited.
Why are you taking out 2?
I'm excited at what I'm seeing because there were talks of, okay, Egypt, I know we may not or can't catch up with Egypt, but at least the ones we are doing over 30 medals, I'm sure by the time they'll do that count for today, tomorrow, they'll be hitting 40. These are the kind of stories we want to see. At least, despite everything going on, there can be federation problems here and there, but the athletes are putting up a great fight. And here we are, almost 40 medals so far. I'm excited, especially for the athletes.
All right, let's get started with the athletics. Yes, that's the joy tonight because the medals are coming in. Yes, I'm going to take a look at all the athletes that have won medals so far this evening, talking about the African Games taking place in Ghana. Yes, we'll start off with Brume, never in doubt. So they're expecting a medal at any championships at all, be it at the World Championship or Olympics. Brume will always come to the party. And of course, she did defending her title, jumping to 6.92 meters to win the gold medal in long jump. Now, interesting Pristina Ochonogo, this is her first time of participating at the African Games. Yeah, the first time we saw this particular young girl, she's just 17, was at the National Sports Festival in Asaba. She was there. She couldn't get anything. But right now, at the biggest stage on the continent, she jumped 6.81 meters to win bronze. Now, there was someone in between, happens to be a lady from Burkina Faso that actually stopped Nigeria from having 1, 2, 3. Yes, Ruth Osoro finished 4th in the long jump event. She couldn't get into that. Brume, interestingly, this 6.92 was her first jump, and she kept on to that, and that's how she won the medal. Now, Obiageri Amaechi, yes, this is where the surprise is, because everyone thought where Chioma, was going to win the gold medal, but it didn't happen, defended her title, but it didn't happen for her. It was Obiageri Amaechi that won, because in the last championship, she won a bronze medal. In Birmingham also bronze medal, but this time around, she was able to win the gold medal, throwing 58.93 meters. That's how she won the gold medal in discus. All right, let's flip over to take a look at other athletes who also competed today. Israel Okon, Emmanuel Ekene, and Olukule Akintola. Shekiri Shiri, of course, that's the guys who won the men's 4x100 meters relay, clocking 38.41 seconds, beating Ghana to get this one. Tiana, Layinka Olajide, and the likes, Tobi Amusan, all of them combined. Tobi Amusan anchoring Nigeria to 3.05 seconds to win the relay. So it's also dominance for Nigeria in the relays event, men and women. Now, this one, never in doubt, of course, Tobi, the world record holder, clocking 12.89 seconds to retain and go to. It's a hat trick for her. She's been winning since Congo-Brazzaville in 2015, 2019, and right now 2024 in Ghana. Chidi Okezie, yes, this is where the story is. It's the first time he's actually winning a gold medal on the continent. He has won bronze medal, but he's never won a gold medal. It's the first time he's winning, and of course, the first time Nigeria is actually winning a gold medal in 400 meters in the men since 1987. You know how long that is. So Chidi was able to break that drought that we've been waiting for a long time. Okay, let me come to you here. I don't know why the producer did not add Kemi Francis to this one. Yes, because that's another story we'll talk about. Well, I don't know, Austin, I'll come to you first. I mean, that Chidi story is a beautiful story that we'll be talking about, in the sense that if you check how he got into this one, I mean, he arrived on a Sunday, and now on a Wednesday, he was able to win a gold medal. Not just that, he said the holder, the record holder of the very last man who actually won a gold medal for Nigeria in 400 meters, gave him a call before the race, and that was part of the motivation that he got to be able to win it.
And that's good motivation, and probably a reminder that you don't quit, you keep growing. You know, Chidi Okezie has told a fantastic story. I remember when I interviewed him and I asked him, I said, you're the guy who is almost nearly wanting to get there. And he said he won't quit, he won't stop. I remember when he did the anchor leg for the mixed relay team to qualify for the Olympics, how pumped up he was. He's a hard worker, he's a focus-driven guy, results-oriented. And this is it, finally. He's African champion at a time when you would even say, oh, because he didn't get the best of preparation or he got in late. Just look at how he powered through. And when he got to that final home stretch, he didn't look back, gave it his all, stretched, pushed. And when he saw that he was champion, he was over the moon. So shout out to Chidi Okezie for telling us a beautiful story once again, that you do not need to quit when you're not getting what you want. You need to stay focused, keep it going, and you will just get to win someday, Cecilia.
That's the way it is. I mean, Chidi's story is a beautiful story. He's not just the only one. We have all the athletes that have been competing so far. Yes, talk about welfare, talk about so many things. I mean, Bulu, I know you know his story very well. But then, what does this mean for Nigeria in terms of 400 meters? Because for a while, in terms of quarter miler, we've not really been there. Now, Chidi has been able to break it. And if you check the silver also, we had someone who won silver in the women's event. So that's big for Nigeria.
The first discouragement for him naturally should have been the fact that I got there late.
Yeah.
Sunday night for an event that will start on Monday. That one alone, if he should finish 8th in his first heat, probably you won't be able to blame it that he had poor preparation. He fought hard to qualify. Now even the one he won, he got Nigeria's fastest time in 9 years. It just showed, like also right said, the motivation was let me do my best. And the call that came through was, oh, okay, if someone like this can speak to me, I think I just have to prove the person. Because for someone like that to call you, it means he saw something. And you have to prove the person just right. I'm excited for him and see what the team also did in the 4x400 meters relay as well. So it's like they are pushing hard that we can achieve this, both the men and the women. And normally before now, it's in most cases on one side, the men could be doing so well and the women are flopping. The women could be doing well and the men are way behind. But this time around, there's a balance between the men and the women. 100 meters, 200, like we saw today in all their heats and semifinals. Everyone wants to make a statement. Whatever is happening, maybe federation or issues with clothing. And remember, aside even the Glasgow indoor game, and then Coach was still talking about poor prep and everything. But they pushed all those aside to focus on the badge, which is Nigeria, then themselves, the name they are making for themselves. After now, we can sort it out later. But for this one, we want to give our best, and we can see with the results they have. We thought we did so well in arm wrestling. We thought we did so well in weightlifting. We thought we did so well to an extent even in table tennis. But see what these guys are giving us in athletics. And interestingly, it's not over. There are still a few gold medals to fight for. Who says we can't win everything?
Who says we can't win anything? Because you have the 4x400 meters, men and women. It's also, the heat is going on currently now. And of course, the gold medal between Nigeria and Ghana in terms of the women's football final is also going on. All right, we'll just take a look at the medals table, what it's like right now, because we'll just take a look at the medals table, what is like. I mean, if you take a look at it, you see that Nigeria is actually very close to Egypt, right? It's getting closer and closer. Let's just take a look at it quickly on this one before we go on a break. Egypt, yes, on 94 gold medal, a total of 174, of course, 43 silver and 37 bronze medal. For Nigeria, they're getting closer, 37 right now, getting closer to, you know, what, it's not actually close, it's quite far, but then 37 medal, I mean, it's a 40 mark that we're looking at, so we still have more medals coming from track and field, 23 silver, bronze is 35, and 94 in all. South Africa, 29. I was surprised. I thought South Africa would be able to catch up when track and field starts, but they're still playing third fiddle to Egypt and Nigeria. They have Algeria and Tunisia. They are right there, 4th and 5th. And in all, Nigeria's got 94. South Africa, 98. 98 also from Algeria. The difference is just the gold medal. And for Tunisia, is 68 and 16. That's what it's looking like. We need to quickly go on a short break. We'll be back after this. Right, we can't leave the African Games without talking about Tobi Amusan. Yes, she anchored Nigeria to 4x100 meters relay. That was after she retained her gold medal. I mean, in this one, she has a false start. Yeah, I was afraid. It was a yellow card. And then she just, as if nothing happened. That composure that she had after that false start to retain this, I mean, this is worth it.
And there's been lots of talk that it's because it's Nigeria, it's because it's Tobi. No, I think it's good to be clear. There was a change of rule last year. Naturally, it should have been a disqualification, but there was a change of rule last year that made it possible that now, first start, you get a warning, which is illegal. But people say it's because some Ghanaians saying because it's Nigerian, that's why she said, calm down. It's a law, it's a rule now, so that's why. And like you rightly said, the composure to still go on, and she just showed everyone, we are not in the same league. Because the way she breezed past everyone, I think the name Tobi Express is deserving. She went past, flying the hurdle like there was nothing in front of her. Just kept moving. I'm sure the thing she's saying in her mind is, Onano reach, Olympics. She just kept on flying. There's more to come. It just feels like Tobi is not even hitting the top gear yet. If she's fit enough to go for the next African Games, I won't be shocked if she 3 on a row, adding the gold medal from 100 by 4x100. Some athletes may probably be weared out or tired after the whole run, but she still went, oh, is it time? And being the anchor, someone said immediately she got the baton for Nigeria leading. He knew it was game over. Just forget. If she was second, maybe it's okay, hopefully she can. But she was leading and she got the big. Just forget, and she ran down the race. It just shows like Austin said earlier, we have a pool of talent everywhere.
That we've not even
and
tapped
Tobi
into.
is one of the definition of talent.
Yeah, I mean, Christina Ochonogo is one of those athletes we're also looking at. If you check, let's look at the 4x100 meters relay, Austin. And if you check the ladies that ran the race, we had like 2 new persons. One especially who ran the 3rd leg. I mean, these are athletes that when you look at them, I mean, some of them are just making their debut at the African Games. And for them to be getting this medal shows, I mean, how big this is for the country.
Another important, aspect we must look at, Cecilia, is the way our athletes are now proud and pumped up to represent the motherland. Back in the day, we say, we elite athletes get to come to the African Games. And I remember when Tobi was out, she said, look, this is business. I'm here to also represent my country. This is what I do. So I like that it's a mix of the old and the new. Take, for instance, the mixed relay, the 4x4 mixed relay, how everyone is talking about Team Nigeria and how we anchored that final leg. You've talked about it, new athletes that we've never really talked about before, who haven't seen much. They've come to the African Games, and because they've got the encouragement of elite athletes that are around them, they are pumped up and doing the beats. Tobi, for instance, she loves the relay. She did it at the Commonwealth Games. I remember she started it for Team Nigeria, but it didn't really end well for us after we were declared winners. But look at Tobi and how she finished that one big time. Not just the 4x100 or the 4x400. Cecilia, the 4x100 men. That's because that is where we've always struggled. And they said, no, not this time around. We had a star-studded Ghanaian team. And Ghana didn't believe what
defending champions.
The race started so well. I think second leg, they were trying to catch up. Then what a race from Olukunle Akintola in that bend to finally give it to Ishekiri.
Of course.
And Ishekiri ran like, just look at Olakunle, just look at how he kept up the pace, did bend so well, and gave it to Ishekiri to coast through. Now you think Ishekiri was just running, he was saying, I die here today. Look at him. Look at the way he was stretching on, and the way he fell, you can tell that he used everything to go through that finish line. Fantastic result for the men's team. I just hope that they will keep it going. This is the first time we'll talk about the women, and we'll also talk about the men. Good times for athletics in Nigeria.
I love the fact that they're trying to close the gap, because the gap has been very, very wide. We all know that, how wide the gap is. But it's closing in the relay, and I love that. And the 400 meters, I mean, for the first time, we're having the guys actually winning in the 400 meters gold medal. I mean, the lady had to settle for a silver. So this is a big one for Team Nigeria. There's so much. Just a quick information for you guys. The Falcons game will now be at 9:30 p.m. due to slight changes of time. So it will be broadcast by 9:30 p.m. That's when the Super Falcons will be, the Falcons will be playing against the Black Princesses of Ghana. Yes, now let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria against Ghana. Another rivalry coming up tomorrow in an international friendly. Babafem Raji will be joining us from Marrakech in Morocco, where the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be up against, what? The Black Stars of Ghana. Femi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing? Hope I'm clear enough.
Yes, very clear, loud and clear. It's good to have you on the show.
But you've got this light falling on you, like you've got the heavens saying, "My son, go and speak the word."
Anointing, it's anointing that is falling.
Okay, this is a bit better. Yes, it's cool like this. So, I mean, all the players are in camp right now. Do we have everyone? Do we have Bright to say somewhere right now? Because it was the last one we're waiting for.
Of course, guys in camp. We've got 23 players in camp. All the players are in camp. All 23 trained today as well. Final training session before the game tomorrow against the Black Stars.
The players injured, Victor Osimhen and the likes, were they replaced? We didn't really get that gist.
No replacements.
Okay.
Remember, we had a large squad.
Yes.
Invited, and virtually, and the time frame happened to be very short. So definitely, little things like this should let us, we should commend. It means the technical department, the NFF also plans ahead. Perhaps envisage that things could happen, and that's why we still have a sizable number, 23 here, and there are no loopholes, no vacancies at all at the moment. It means all 23 players are available for selection against Ghana tomorrow.
Okay, before I go to Austin, I mean, this game is a friendly game. Well, it's like everyone is not taking it like that. How are the players are taking it? Is it an unfriendly, or more than a friendly game?
Yeah, it's another test game, and test games are very important matches. All test games we've been having just to help build team chemistry, to build that synergy. Remember, even before the AFCON, we had test games, and we kept saying these games are just to build the synergy, build the team chemistry. The same way we continue with this, we want to sustain the momentum we already gained right there at the AFCON. At the AFCON. So that's why we're still building on the momentum, building on the synergy, the chemistry, and that is what we want to do with these test games. First against the Black Stars, and later on against the Eagles of Mali.
Austin?
Okay, Baba Femi, let's see what's going on in camp. I know sometimes players, just try to, motivate themselves, particularly with their last game. The last game we saw of this team was an AFCON final. Are they still talking about that loss to Cote d'Ivoire? You think it's what can propel them to do bigger things?
Well, definitely, and a lot of reflections already taken from the AFCON. They've gone back, a lot of the players went back, and we saw the form when they got back to their respective club sites, and the form has not even dropped since then. So it goes to show when you do well at competitions or in tournaments, what it could do for you as individual players. Well, they've talked about it, but we've moved on from that. We are on course for another one. These test games we'll play this period is to prepare us for the World Cup qualifiers and also the AFCON 2025 qualifiers that will start very soon. We want to build on whatever we've done early this year, and then go on to qualify for the World Cup and go on to qualify for the AFCON next year, and then win the AFCON next year. The goal is to go to the 2026 World Cup as African champions.
Bafemi, you need to calm down. Don't pump up. Don't get our blood pumping again. But it's good. That's good optimism.
But you know we did it last time, man.
I mean, we nearly, it's okay. But Bafemi, when it's Nigeria versus Ghana, I'm sure you know, and I love to say this is a healthy rivalry. Even if you put me alongside a Ghanaian journalist, I say let's talk sports, I must prove to him that I'm better. So tell me what these players are talking about, particularly that is Ghana. Are you hearing whispers that they stopped us from qualifying for the World Cup so we no go agree?
It's football.
Yeah.
It's yet another test game. Another game to further build the chemistry. We want to win the game. Winning does a lot to a team psychologically, and we want to win the game, especially when we know it's a team like Ghana. But the key thing here, like Coach Chidi just said, is tactics. He wants to ensure the perfect tactics, strategy. Well, also we want to win. So it means that it's on both ends. We want to see how they will interpret the tactics, the strategy. Like if you've heard the last interview he's had, he talked about that nothing will change from the strategy we've seen before, just that there will be more options in attack. That was what he just talked about. And not just that, we want to win. So the players, the officials, everyone, even Nigerians, everybody has been talking about the Jollof Derby is everywhere. When we even asked Tomiro which Jollof would taste better tomorrow, he told it to be the Nigerian Jollof. So we just want to do one thing, we want to win tomorrow and serve Nigerians our own Jollof.
All right. Femi Rajon, thank you so much for taking our time to join us tonight, and hopefully we need to put another one past Ghana, especially what they did to us, preventing us from going to Qatar in 2022. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thanks for having me. Keep supporting the Super Eagles.
Of course, that's our national team and our bride, so we have to do that. Okay, let's just quickly take a listen to what the players are saying. The players have been talking. I mean, they're ready for this game against Ghana. Yes, it's a friendly, but it's more than a friendly for some of them.
Because it was in season, we had to go straight back to the club football, so we haven't had much time to reflect. But of course, we want to continue the form we had at AFCON and hopefully push on and make things great again. Of course, it's like another rivalry against one of a nation that's close to us, so we'll give our full 100% to try and get the result we want.
Yeah, another good session from us. I think, yeah, we're getting prepared for the game, obviously on Friday. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Obviously the AFCON, many good things happen. So you know, we still got the same bunch of group. So you know, yeah, we're still happy and together, and obviously some new faces as well. So in the squad. So yeah, really happy to be back with the team. It's an opportunity for us to once again show the level that we're at, the level that we've shown in AFCON, and the level that's expected of us. So yeah, we're definitely looking forward to it.
We're right here in Morocco, in Marrakesh, and we're just done with the second training section, and it's been wonderful, amazing. The atmosphere is quite good. The weather condition is very good, and we're all focused on the friendly games ahead, and we're all getting along also with our coach, our new coach, and yeah, I think basically he knows everything about the team, and he's been part of us, and so I think it's not going to be difficult for him to lead the team. So he's doing amazingly well in the first training sessions, and I hope that we're going to have a good one with him. We are planning to have a good game against Ghana. I mean, we know the rivalry between Nigeria and Ghana, so but we're all prepared. We're focused on the game. I mean, football is not a game of fights. It's a sport. So I mean, we just go in there and just play football. We're not going there to fight each other, because we all are football players, and we all want to fight for our country. So I mean, it's going to be a wonderful game between Nigeria and Ghana.
I mean, just listen to what he said concerning the coach. And also, of course, let's leave the Ghana rivalry. It's just a friendly game. But I love what he said about the coach. He's already part of the system. And of course, he knows the team very well. So this is more like a plus for the team going into the game against Ghana.
Well, I don't know what you mean by forget the Ghana rivalry. We've sacked the coach in Nigeria for losing a friendly match in Ghana before. So anything can still happen. But I think I understand what you said about, yeah, the rivalry, everything is there, but it's also a football match. Football is sports, and sports is supposed to be love at the end. It's not kill yourself, get into the field, get into punches and all. We want to win. That's why when Finidi just said, okay, we want to give positives, I said, no, don't come with positives. We want to win, nothing but football. It's the truth. Finidi he's been part of the system for a few years now. And the way fate happens, Finidi George has been chasing on the 17 for a while before he got the Yimba job. Now he's the one leading the national team, the Super Eagles. He has a chance to prove. And when people talked about him, it's a friend, the players, but I said no, especially the new boys. They will have a point to prove if they get to play, because who knows, Finidi may get this job on a permanent basis. So games like this, like Bafem rightly said, tactics, if you just follow instructions, this may be your chance to become a regular for the Super Eagles if Finidi holds on to the job. So it's a game. Let's see. I always tell people in friendly games, results are good, results are important, but beyond the results, what are you doing? How are you playing? Not just route one, send all balls forward and now. Let's see a semblance of what the Super Eagles should look like. If Super Eagles win this game tomorrow and they play well, if the same thing happens against Mali, who knows? Finidi may just hold on to the job on a permanent basis, but it's always a step at a time. Hopefully they get a positive result. Yeah,
this is a tough test, knowing that it doesn't have the full complement of all the players. Yeah, because Victor Simeta, the captain, Trustekong, is also not there. And that's where, at the back line, that's where there's going to be a little bit of problem, because he has been able to solidify that aspect whereby, okay, fine, we have him to the back into the squad. But then when you don't have that man who, more like, I don't know how to actually describe it, just have this way of having that standard. He has set a standard for the back line to follow, where it's hard for Nigeria to now concede goals.
Well, that's why I think Finidi's tactics has to come in, because at the AFCON, I listened to President talking about how Boniface not being there was one thing that affected, but you got to the final. So probably his plan was to play the two victors up front. One victor was absent, he had to find a way. Remember the previous AFCON as well, Genero didn't have Osimhen. He also had to find a way to change that. So this is where the coach's understanding of his team should come in. If A is not there, there has to be plan A, B, C, all through to D, because you will likely not have all your players every time. Okay, imagine we are playing at the World Cup and Osimhen is not available, and maybe Ndidi as well. Will you say we can't play? So Finidi needs to find a way. That is why it's a friendly match. You may not necessarily even play Kenneth Omero We all know what Omero can do. The new boys in the squad, if you feel this is the time for them to prove themselves, you can throw in one or two of them. That may be the solution. We took a gamble on Nwabali. Now, many Nigerians don't want to see any other name. Yeah. Believe me, if you need to field any other player yesterday, tomorrow, people will complain, why not Nwabali? So let's see what will happen. I'm sure one or two other players can fill into Trustekon's position without any fear.
All right, same with the national team, but now we're talking about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Let's take a look at their group. Yes, when I mean their group, in case they qualify for the Olympics, Paris 2024 games, Nigeria hasn't been to the Olympics since 2008. It's a long, long time. But then they're trying to qualify, and South Africa, they will be having the first leg against Nigeria. Will be having the first leg against South Africa in Abuja. Right, Group C. This is what it will look like if Nigeria qualify for the Olympics, the football event. Now, Spain, they're ranked #1 in the world, and then Japan ranked #7 in the world, and Brazil #10 in the world. So Super Falcons are 36th in the world. Either Super Falcons, either Nigeria or South Africa, the winner will be in this group. The world champions #1, #7, and of course #10. That's the group. So that's how tight this will be if the Falcons beat South Africa and nick a ticket for the first time in how many years? I've lost count. 16 years they get into it. How tough will this be for them? We haven't even crossed the road yet.
I saw the Tigers group for the Olympic game. And
yeah, we'll go there
later. God's name is this? Then I'm seeing Super Falcons again. Is it that they don't want Nigeria to do well at all in these major tournaments? But like you rightly said, the first hurdle is qualify first. Then we'll know how to battle these ones. Who knows? I'm not sure Spain have recovered from all the unnecessary drama back and forth off the field since the World Cup. But
they have, because they won the Euros, the Nations League. They won the Nations League.
They are playing. This one, I'm talking about the greatest team in Africa. But on a serious note, the Falcons need to put their bets together.
Yeah.
The first step is at least we are better than South Africa. Show them for at least. I like that now our players are informed. Edna doesn't have another name. They said her new name is now Penalty. Oshuala has called in a debut for BFC. I like that our girls are doing well. Rashida Tajibade won Player of the Month for Atletico. So it is going on well. It's begging. Just bring all this from your national, from your club side.
They should come. They should come early on time.
Yeah, that's another
the thing. Not those 2 days, because South Africa already opened camp. I mean, we know the players that we're going to be playing against. The
most of them are even in South Africa.
Most of them are in South Africa, so already they're preparing. But our players are still. We don't have a list yet, so maybe it's going to be the regular players. So.
I don't know which I can call the easiest team amongst, because Spain, like Riley said, world champion, world #1. Japan are one of the best teams in women's football. There's nothing new to say about Brazil. Well, it is sport, it's football. They may go to the tournament, maybe pick a point in their first game and things will turn around. But again, hopefully they qualify against South Africa first.
Hopefully they qualify. All right, we'll go to the D Tigers now. I mean, that was what we saw first yesterday, and then today we saw, both happened almost at the same time. Now, the D Tigers, for them, they will be up against Australia, who are #3 in the world, right? Let's take a look at that group also. That's another tough one. Canada is actually there. Canada is #7 or #5 in the world. Australia, of course, #3. France. I mean, these are the countries, yes, the D Tigers will be up against. They've already qualified. They were at the last Olympics. They couldn't go to the World Cup because of, what happened, the whole politics and everything, where Nigeria had to pull, where the ministry had to pull the national team out of all the events that was taking place before it was recalled. So they missed out of that. But they qualified for the Olympics, and they were able to beat Senegal. They needed that. They beat Senegal, lost to the USA, who are world champions, and of course Olympic champions, already have a place there, and of course the host Belgium. But they beat Senegal, and that was enough to qualify them for the Olympics. And now they'll be up against Australia, 3rd in the world, France, #7 in the world, and Canada. And the D Tigers are ranked #12 in the world. Now, Reina Wakana will have a lot to do. Austin, quickly on this one.
Yeah, everyone knows the love I've got for the D Tigers. They can never go wrong in my eyes. And this is a big test for Coach Reina Wakama to prove to us that this team has got the character to compete internationally. We've seen her and the dominance in Africa. Remember what I told you when they were getting ready to play Senegal? I said, on to the next, because I know it was going to be, a big win for the D Tigers. Now they're here, and when you're grouped alongside Australia and France in women's basketball, that's tough, even to an extent, Canada, but they need to show what is. This is what I always say. When you've got a chance to play internationally, you need to announce yourself properly. And for a team that is ranked 12th in the world, that means you've got some pedigree. So I just hope that Coach Rena Wakama can keep that team together, the team that won the last AfroBasket. And if you're bringing anyone into the team, it should be someone who can get right into it and be influential. With the D-Tigress and the Olympics, you never say never. Anything can happen. Let's just hope that they get the right blend together, play with a unity of purpose. And in our world of sports where we say impossible is nothing, let's see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes in that one. Hopefully, the ministry already preparing the girls, getting them ready to start. Preparations for the Olympics is in July. All right, now, NWFL gets our attention right now. We'll just run through the results and what happened on Wednesday across Nigeria, starting up with Group A. And Group A, Nigeria Tales beating Dana's ladies by 3-1, and Confluence Quiz and Adamawa Quiz ended in favor of Confluence Quiz. Abia Angels and Royal Quiz settled for a goalless game, and Heartland and Nasarawa Amazon, it was a 1-0 over Nasarawa Amazon. That's why Heartland currently are topping that group. Now, Group B, this is where it is. Remo Stars beating Delta Quiz by a lone goal. Ekiti Quiz and Bayeso Quiz went to Ekiti to pick up all 3 points. And Sunshine Quiz were 3-0 over Robo Queens. And of course, Edo Queens, this is the surprise result because the first leg in Port Harcourt was 3-1. And the two ladies that scored are actually in Cape Coast in Ghana, where they are taking on Ghana, currently. But Edo Queens had a 4-1 win over Rivers Angels, and that's the game that is obviously going to get our attention before we look at what the table is like. I mean, this game, did you ever think that it was going to end up like this? The way the goals were scored, the first mistake that was made, and then she was supposed to head it out, but then it just didn't happen, and then they scored the first goal.
I think the only game I can beat my chest that I expected was the Bayelsa going away to beat Ekiti, despite being an away game. Most of the result I'm seeing feels like magic. Dana's losing to Nigeria Airtel shouldn't be, but the fact that Nigeria Airtel this season have been bad and they won by 3-1. Sunshine starts beating Robo Queen, not 1-0, not 2-3-0. That's surprising. Then Edo Queens thrashing Rivers Angels 4-1. If you don't like NWFL, I don't know the kind of football tournament you
like. And the goals that were scored.
The quality of the goals. The quality of the pitch, first of all. I like that, there are some places you see, okay, the women can't play where the men are playing if it's the same thing. Nah, these ones are playing at the proper top, just like the men are doing. And the goals are just coming. The goals are sweet to watch. The goals are beautiful to watch. I love what I'm seeing. I love the competition. This season in the NWFL has just shown it's not whoever makes the top Super 6, you would have been very, very deserving.
Austin, I mean, we were seeing pictures from Rivers Angels and Edo Queens. Were you surprised by this result?
No, I told you, Cecilia. I told you that to be Edo Queens all the way, because when we show our viewers the table, you will understand why Edo Queens needed to get this win. Remember before, when we're doing the pre-match analysis, we showed Rivers Angels players saying, no, we will show them, we will this, we will that, And we liked it because they were talking from what happened in the first leg in Port Harcourt where they defeated Edo Queens. But on that Group B table, Edo Queens are saying to themselves, the only way to stay relevant now is not to go far away from Bayelsa Queens and Rivers Angels. And you see Bayelsa Queens went away to beat Ekiti Queens, and now they're still on top of the table. Rivers Angels are second with 18 points, but now Edo Queens is up to third with 16 points. They need to go away and win a game and then come back home and make sure they are dominant at home and they've got their season wrapped up for them.
Yeah, talking about the table, that's what we're going to be taking a look at right now. Now, Heartland Queens are now top after that 1-0 win over Nasarawa Amazons. Now, they're on 18 points from 10 matches. Nasarawa Amazons now on the second, and Confluence Queens complete the top 4. So these are the top 3, and these are the ones that are trying as much as possible to get into the Super Series. Royal Queens at the bottom of this group. Now, let's flip over to Group B, where you have the Titans, the big clubs. Now, Bayelsa Queens are topping in displacing Rivers Angels, who've been topping the league on 19 points and 18 Rivers Angels by virtue of the fact that they lost. Edo Queens that were not in top 3 now move to the top 3. So the battle for Super 6 is hot. So Rivers Angels will have to wait for another day to get that ticket to Super 6. They wanted to get that victory. And of course, Ekiti Queens, I mean, if they had won at home, maybe they would have had a better chance of leaving the bottom. They're still here from 10 matches, and they have 8 points. Let's quickly take a listen to the coaches, their reaction after the game.
Honestly, the Rivers players, they gave us a run for our money. They played so well, and we were just fortunate we got our chances and we took them. But I thank God, 3 points, 4 goals, is a plus. Even the sunshine are contender because every game is important. We are going out again to struggle to see how we can pick another 3 points. They were not around. Other players fitting. They decided to make a move. I don't know why. So other players fitting and we scored 4 goals. That's the most important thing.
I would say in the first 5 minutes of the game, my players lost concentration on the game. If we can, I think we are here. You saw what happened. That the goalkeeper just gave them a free goal. Not just off the minute again. Defender made a blunder, which a good team utilized to score the second goal. Generally, I would say what just went wrong is that we were unable to utilize the chances that came our way. If not, this game we are supposed to equalize this game and win the game, but we lost a lot of scoring chances. That is just what went wrong. Well, we have 30 players in a team. Every player we have in a team are all important because all of them receive salary. So I wouldn't say, in as much as I would do respect to them, I wouldn't say I miss them in this match because we have a lot of players that are supposed to execute this match. And like he saw in this match, he said that the team will create a lot of chances. If we had utilized the chances we created in this match, I think we would have won a draw, even 6-0, even before we were able to get the 2 goals that they got initially. The plan is just for us to go back home and work on the ability of the players creating chances and utilizing the chances, because in a team, it is not good for a team to create chances and not use it. Because if we create chances and not utilizing the chances, definitely by the end of the day, the match will go against that team. And that is exactly what happened this evening. So we are going to ensure that we create chances and use the chances.
Creative and get something out of it. All right, Austin, now, boxing gets our attention now. The Nigerians in action on Friday night in the UK.
It's all about Moses Itauma and everything that he's doing to get the world talking about him in the heavyweight category. Cecilia is just 18 years old.
Yes.
Mike Tyson holds the record for the youngest heavyweight champion of the world when he defeated Trevor Berbick in 1986. This guy, Moses Itauma, his dad is from Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State. His mom is from Slovakia, but he is proudly Nigerian, and he's telling a beautiful story. Everyone is saying he's going to rule the heavyweight category. He has 7 fights and his 7 wins. 5 of those wins by knockout. He's going to be having his 8th heavyweight bout tomorrow at York Hall in London, and he's going to be taking on Dangaba. Dangaba is 38 years old. He's a southpaw with his stance, and he's got a record of 8 fights also, 6 wins and 2 losses. I caught up with Moses Itauma. I don't know if we've got some time. Let's listen to him for 2 minutes, and I'll come back and wrap up the show. What's it about you that makes you such a good boxer at an early age?
I feel like with heavyweight boxing, a lot of people, they start boxing at a very late age. Whereas me, I started boxing at a young age, so I started boxing when I was 9 years old, so I just had that advantage of knowing what to do around the ring. Although I'm not as mature as the heavyweights that are on the scene right now. Mentally, I'm there.
I asked you before and I'll ask you again. You get flattered when you're compared with the great Mike Tyson, and how much of the Nigerian mentality do you take into the ring?
No, I don't really get flattered because at the end of the day, I'm running my own race. So there's a lot of things I can't control. There's a lot of things that Mike Tyson was able to do that I'm not allowed to do at the minute. So I'm just going into the ring, and obviously my Nigerian roots obviously come with me, and yeah, help me prevail in my fights.
What is your biggest quality as a boxer?
My ring IQ. It's not even I'm not known for my power. Maybe my speed, but it's mentally where I can go. That separates me from all the others.
I hear some people say, "Oh, Nigerians are powerful people." So Joshua says sometimes they eba and the fufu. How much of Nigerian food contributes to the sort of power that you have?
No, 100%. obviously with my household, my man and my brother's household, we had my mum doing the cooking, but our dad always used to come back from 805 or the Kenyan restaurant and just like bring us obviously our Nigerian food. So definitely did help. That's why I'm so big now.
That's right, the Eba and the Fufu contributing to the power. Put the name Moses Itauma, might just rule the world of heavyweight boxing, Cecilia. We've got to go. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakwan. Everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
Well, it was nice doing this with you, but the age difference, 38 and 18, 20 years.
We'll show you why it's the younger version.
Okay.
That's knockout in this third or fourth and it's game over.
And that's it. Thank you for coming on the program.
It was a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much for watching us. Cecilia Omogbe. Have a good night's rest.